Hey there, CPO here, and I'm going to walk you through installing the Bartact front seat covers. First thing we want to do is move our seat all the way forward and tilt it all the way forward. This is the seat bottom that we're going to put on for the cushion. And the key here again is fold the seat as far forward as possible. That's going to open up the space between the seat cushion and the seat back. And you're going to need that space so that you can push the material back through. I found that folding it back over just a little bit and then pushing through just like this allows me to work it through fairly easily with my fingers. I know a lot of people will use tape to cover up the Velcro or plastic bag. If that works for you, fine, use it. But I found, like I said, that this works really well for me without using any of those options. The Velcro will try and stick on the seat, but you can pull it through usually pretty easy. There are some tabs there for paracord that you can use actually as a pulling option, but again, I didn't need them. So once you get that pulled all the way through nice and tight, then you're going to just stick it to the bottom of the seat, and that's where that Velcro is designed to go. And then just come around here on the side. This is the driver's side, so we have to work around this additional handle that you won't have on the passenger side. But just get your sides locked in there, and then there is some paracord that's going to be hanging out the back, and we're going to bring that back around to the back of the seat and tie that off in the back. But get everything lined up first and make sure you have it exactly where you want it. Then go back underneath the back of the seat and you can pull through that paracord, and then you're going to run it through those two loops and basically cinch it down and tie it off. Now the knot you choose to use here is up to you. You could do a simple overhand knot, something like this, and it does the job fine. There's actually another way that I prefer to do this that I'll show you, which I think allows for a tighter pull and a actually easier to tighten. So I just make a little loop out of one side of the paracord here, and then I have the other side. I'll push through the loop, and then once I do that, I can just pull it tight. And then I use a series of half hitch knots just to lock it in place. I think I did like 3 or 4. Alrighty, and once you've got that, you can either trim that paracord, or like I do, I tuck that tail up inside the Velcro and then re-Velcro it shut. Alright, there is the completed seat cushion section. And you can see how it's nicely formed to the seat itself. And that's where the Velcro is tied up there. Anyway, really, really nice. Alright, now we're going to remove the headrest, and there's a tab, a button on each post. One of them's hidden, but the other one is fairly prominent. You need to hit them both to remove that. Also, there is a lumbar support place in here that if you have one of those, you'll want to insert it in there. I don't have one, so I'm just going to slip this over the seat back. Now, this is probably the hardest part of the install because it's a fairly snug fit. You've got to pull it down over the seat back, and it's tight as it gets to the side bolsters, but once you get past those side bolsters, it loosens up a little bit. The other challenge is you have some Velcro trying to grab the seat as you're pulling it down. So as I pull it down, I'm also sort of lifting and grabbing from the bottom where the Velcro is. And I'm just working it back and forth, and you can see how it suddenly loosens up. Now, this particular seat back is for a side airbag seat, which is what I have in my vehicle. So this process is exactly the same, except for if you don't have airbag compatible seat covers, you won't have this cut out. Just tuck it in nicely. Again, move the seat all the way forward, which will open up that gap between the seat back and the seat cushion. And this is pretty easy just to push through. As a matter of fact, there's not even any Velcro to try and grab this particular time. Push it through and then go around to the back side, and you can lift up that little apron from the factory seat and pull that seat cover section down nice and tight. Now you're going to fold the apron up because you need to get that out of the way so that the seat cover can fold up and then Velcro to itself. And just get everything nice and straight and pull it tight and Velcro it down. And there we go. Now on this little side piece, you can see there's a little tab like an ear there. There's actually a slot that the factory seat, I guess, cover will slip into. You can't really see it that well in this video, but I'm basically working it around this adjustment handle and then slipping it over that into that tab and then Velcroing in the back. And I'm doing the same thing on the other side. And there's the seat cover, sans the headrest, which we're going to work on now. Now, for the headrest, you're going to cut basically an X or a cross over where the headrest posts are going to go in. Now, there's a big plastic disc that you want the X to be smaller than, and basically what we're going to do is pull it around. Now, you'll see videos or people talking about trying to burn those, singe those cuts so they don't tear. Don't worry about it. This is ripstop nylon. It's not going to tear any more than you want it to when you cut it. So I made my cuts really small, so it was harder to get through, but also made for a much tighter finished product. And I'm basically feeling for the hole where the headrest post goes into, and then using that as my guide for where I start cutting. I also like to cut from the outside in towards the hole as opposed to from the hole out. That way if I slip, I'm not going further than I want to go. And it takes a little bit of trial and error just to figure out how big to make the X. And then you also have to get through all the layers of material. But once you get that, you can just pull that through. And like I said, I'm making mine intentionally quite snug, but it's pretty easy to work it around that little disc, and then it looks really clean when you get it done. And then we put on the headrest cover, and you'll notice on the headrest there's one side that's longer than the other. The cover has the same sort of a thing. There's one panel that's a little bit longer that's going to line up. In this case, it's actually the back of the headrest, and then it's going to basically fold up and then close shut. And I like to close the ends first, get everything lined up, get the ends done, and then deal with the middle after that. Bam. And there we go. Now we just pull the seat forward again so that we have some clearance, and putting my grab handle back on, and then the post goes straight down, and your seat cover is installed. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you install a Bartact seat cover in a JK. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.